Hello, I'm Jenny Denon, the nonprofit librarian for the Columbus Metropolitan Library System. I'm based in the Business and Nonprofit Resource Center at Main Library here in Columbus, Ohio. The Business and Nonprofit Resource Center is a co-working space where customers can access all kinds of resources that they need to successfully build and run their organization. From computers with software like Adobe Creative Cloud to subscription-only databases with all kinds of information that small organizations need. We also provide access to librarians like me and a large number of community experts who all provide free one-on-one support to library customers. The Business and Nonprofit Resource Center also provides lots of free classes and events to help small nonprofits level up their skills, make connections with other nonprofit professionals, and access the information they need for their organization to succeed. Today, we'll be looking at PolicyMap. PolicyMap is a premium resource that users typically have to pay a monthly subscription cost to access, but is free to use with your library card. If you don't have a library card, it's easy to sign up for one through our website. Any Ohio resident is eligible for a library card at the Columbus Metropolitan Library. PolicyMap is a mapping and data analytics tool that allows users to create custom maps and data sets based on a huge variety of factors, including demographics, housing, education, health, social needs, and more. This tool can be helpful to nonprofits for conducting a needs assessment before planning programs and services, or for strengthening a grant application by illustrating the need in the community and the potential impact of an organization's activities. PolicyMap gathers data from over 170 sources, including the U.S. Census, HUD, the CDC, the EPA, and many more. Users can expect to find a robust and varied collection of data in this resource, including answers to questions like, how many Somali-born immigrants live in Columbus? How many households in Franklin County have no internet access? What is the median rent of a one-bedroom apartment in zip code 43232? What percentage of adults living in zip code 43224 suffer from asthma? What percentage of workers in Franklin County have a commute to work that is greater than 1 hour? Together, the information you collect from PolicyMap can help you to paint a picture of the community you serve. PolicyMap can be accessed from the library's website. You do not need to be in the library in order to use PolicyMap and can access it from any computer using your library card. Begin on the library's website, columbuslibrary.org. From there, select Adults from the options across the top of the page and choose Business and Nonprofit Resource Center from the drop-down menu. This will take you to the Business and Nonprofit Resource Center website. From there, scroll down the page to Check out our nonprofit resources and select View Resources in the orange box. Here, you will find an alphabetical listing of all the library's nonprofit resources. Scroll down the list and click Access Now under PolicyMap. This is the PolicyMap homepage. Begin by using the location bar at the top of the screen to enter the location you're interested in. You can search by city, state, county, zip code, and more. You can also select from a list of more specialized geographies by clicking Location and choosing a geography from the drop-down menu. Additionally, you can create a customized region by selecting the icon next to the search bar and clicking Create Region. Here, you can choose to draw a region using the mouse like a pencil to outline the area you want to focus on, assemble a region by selecting multiple zip codes or other geographies, or create a radius region by entering an address and setting a distance around that address to focus on. For this example, we'll choose Franklin County, Ohio as our location. Once we've chosen our location, we can begin adding data to our map. There are two different types of data available in PolicyMap. These are data layers and data points. Let's start with data layers. Data layers are thematic data sets containing information about your chosen location and its residents. You can browse available data layers using the menus across the top of the page. Categories include demographics, incomes and spending, housing, lending, quality of life, economy, education, health, federal guidelines, and curated collections. Each category breaks down into multiple subcategories, allowing you to select very specific data to be displayed on the map. Let's take a look at a couple examples. For our first example, let's say we want to start a nonprofit focused on assisting single mothers. In order to determine where to focus our services, we might want to know which areas of Franklin County have the greatest number of single mother households. We'll select demographics, households, families, and householders, household type, households with children, single female. We now have a color-coded map illustrating the percentage of Franklin County households with children and headed by a single female. To clean the map up a bit, we can use the Clip Boundary feature to remove any coloring from the map outside our designated boundary of Franklin County. The map's legend includes additional information about the data displayed on the map. Here, we can see the title of the data, as well as the source the data came from. Clicking on the source will take us to the data dictionary, which includes detailed information about how the data was collected and interpreted. Back on the map, we can use the legend to adjust the year of the data being displayed, the variable of the data shown, the colors on the map, and the size of the data ranges. We can also change the geographies the map is shaded by. This map, for instance, is shaded by a zip code. However, we may choose to change that to another geography, like census tract. Hovering over the map, we can see the value for each geography, and we can click on a data range in the legend to isolate that range. Once we're happy with our map, we can print by using the print icon at the bottom of the page. This is also how you can save the map to your device, as it downloads a printable version of the map. We can customize the print view of the map, including changing the title, positioning the legend on the map, and even adjusting the map view. Once we're ready, click Export to download the printable map. In addition to the map itself, we can also generate a spreadsheet of this dataset. To do that, click the download icon at the top of the page. The data downloader will already be populated with the data you've added to your map. You can also come directly to the data downloader after opening PolicyMap and select the dataset you want to download without creating a map first. Confirm that the data selected is what you want to download, or click Change to search for a new dataset. Then select Download. The data will then be downloaded as a spreadsheet. In addition to browsing the various categories, we can also search for datasets using the search bar at the top of the page. For example, in addition to wanting to understand which areas of Franklin County have the greatest number of single mother households, We might also want to better understand the average incomes of these households. We can type income into the search bar and get a selection of datasets that match our search. Simply select a dataset to apply it to the map. PolicyMap defaults to a single layer map. The datasets we have added are stacked in the legend, and we can toggle back and forth between them. However, we can only view one dataset on the map at a time. If we want to see how our datasets intersect with one another, we can switch to a multi-layer map. This allows us to add up to 5 datasets and adjust our variables to find locations on the map that meet certain criteria. Let's take a look at what that means. Select Multi-Layer at the top right of the screen. This map is currently populated with the active dataset from our single-layer map, which is the percentage of single female households with children. Let's add the median income dataset to this map as well. The map is currently completely purple, as it is showing the full range of both our datasets. Now let's say that for our nonprofit, we want to identify the areas of greatest need for our services by finding locations that have both a high number of single mother households and low median income. First, we'll set our first variable to show only areas where more than 10% of households are headed by a single mother. Next, we'll set our second variable to show only these areas where the median income is below $40,000. Now, the purple areas of the map are showing locations where more than 10% of households are headed by a single mother and the median income is below $40,000. This type of mapping can be helpful when looking for locations that meet multiple different criteria as nonprofits plan programs and services. So far, we've been working with data layers, which are broad, thematic sets of data. PolicyMap also includes another type of data called data points, which is address-level data that allows viewers to plot and filter specific locations on the map. Data points include locations like schools, libraries, hospitals, and more. Data points can be found within several of the menu categories and can be identified by the map pin symbol. Let's plot nonprofit locations on our map. This can be useful for seeing the number and locations of nonprofit organizations that focus on a particular need or serve a particular community. Once we've added our points to the map, we can use the legend to filter the points by various criteria. For example, let's look at just the organizations that focus on employment. We can then click on any point to see more information about the organization. In addition to customized maps, PolicyMap also includes a selection of pre-packaged reports that bring together important information about a location. To access these, click the Reports icon at the top of the page. Here, enter a location, then choose from one of the 4 reports to generate for that location. You can choose from a community profile, community health report, rental housing report, or home mortgage report. The community profile is particularly useful as a general snapshot of an area, including information about race and ethnicity, age, income, housing, employment status, crime, and more. PolicyMap has a robust selection of helpful articles and videos with detailed instructions for how to use all the resources' different features. To find these, click Help Docs at the top of the page. Thanks for checking out this video. If you have questions, you are welcome to reach out to me by email at business@columbuslibrary.org or send a message through our website. Don't forget to keep an eye on the calendar on our website, where you can find all our upcoming events, our Ask an Expert sessions, and links to lots more resources. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more content from the Business and Nonprofit Resource Center. See you next time!